I'm gonna draw while I'm talking here, but we've talked about the singular plays and the luck.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about fouling up three, whether or not to foul up three, because we've seen this happen already multiple times, sometimes multiple times within a game, sometimes multiple times within a series.
Yep.
I don't know how every coach you've had has approached whether or not to foul up three at the end of a game on a defensive possession. But just kind of give me your overall thoughts on it. And I really do want to sort of break this down because I think it's going to come up again. It's going to come up again.
Yeah, and what are all the circumstances that's going on at this point? Okay, so you're up three. Is it under 24 seconds left in the game? Do we have a timeout? What are some of the cases? I was watching the game last night. Obviously, New York up three. Tyrese had just hit a 4-point play. They come back down. Josh Hart goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line, put him up three. Philly's coming down, and I would have fouled. I would have. I would have fouled before Tyrese even crossed half court.
Okay.
I just do it, and it has to be, on the downward dribble. If you're going to foul, you have to foul on the downward dribble. And it's hard. Sometimes a lot of guys are afraid to do it too. A lot of coaches are afraid to tell their team to foul when up three because either one, they haven't worked on it, or two, it is, with our rules and things, it gets tricky sometimes, and you send a guy to the free throw line, because you tried to foul him in the case. But I am fouling. I am fouling. It's just, guys are too great, man. Guys are too great.
I'm in agreement with you. I'm fouling up three every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time. Look, I think though, to your point, I about fouling Maxey on that particular play in the backcourt. I don't have it off the top of my head when he caught the ball.
Right.
But let's say when he's in the backcourt, he's somewhere between 10 and 12 seconds on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of coaches that I had that taught us to foul up three, it was always, you don't consider doing it until it's 6 to 8 seconds.
Like 6 to 8 seconds, exactly.
Right, which I don't really know why we did that cutoff. Maybe we can get into that. So the foul on the Maxey play would have been early. The other two factors that you always have to consider are do you have good free throw shooters? Do you have a good guy, like a guy you trust? You have multiple guys you can trust. Like when I played on the Clippers, man, like our end game offensive closing lineup was me, Jamal Crawford, and Chris Paul. There was one year we all shot 90%.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So we should foul up three. You talked about the downward dribble. This is what I wanted to draw up because this relates directly to the play that happened, the first Middleton three in Game 3 of Indy and Milwaukee. So Middleton had it out of bounds, right? Brook had it posting up Miles Turner right here, right? So Brook's trying to get open, and he kind of shoves Miles Turner, and he steps out. Now, this was a lob pass. So this is an important thing that I think was taught well to me, and I think is important in all of this. Half court, full court and half court are two different things. As that ball's in the air, so Brooks right there, like I was taught to run through the ball.
Run through the ball.
Meaning just foul before the guy gets it.
The
ball's been released.
The ball's been released,
The ball's been released. So in that particular play, and they obviously were not fouling up three. He then gets the dribble handoff up here. Miles Turner hedges and forces like a dribble around, right, away from the basket. So he had like 2 or 3 opportunities to foul. Clearly, Rick Carlisle's telling him not to foul, right? And Middleton makes a crazy shot. All of this is to say, and you said it already, these guys are too fucking good. Middleton's shot was ridiculous. Maxey pulled up from 37 feet or 38, whatever it was, 38 feet inside the logo. Like, you can't afford to allow guys to get a clean shot anymore. If you go back to game 2 as well, I think it was game 2, the Dante DiVincenzo, Maxey getting fouled and losing the ball and all that stuff. DiVincenzo hits a 3. They end up getting it back. They were up 3 again, and they elected not to foul. I think there were 6 seconds on the clock when they took it out. So clearly Tibbs, whether he made the adjustment or not, like, certain coaches still believe you don't foul, and I think there's the camp that you foul every time.
Yeah, and you have to live with it. It's almost like if you're a blackjack player, if you're going to hit every time on a versus 2 on 12, then do it every time. If it's a 2 showing and you got 12, if you hit all the time, just hit all the time. Don't be sitting at the table with me and you say, well, sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. Well, no, I can't sit at this table with you. So I agree. We have coaches out there that say, we're going to guard. I trust my defense. We're going to guard. We're going to guard. We're going to guard. I'm just not on that side. I'm on the side of, if we up 3, let's foul. Let's foul up 3. You got to trust it. Hopefully, got to, obviously, like you said, personnel is key. You got to have a trusted guy that you trust to inbound the ball. After they make free throws, if you have a timeout, you should be good. Try to get the ball into your best free throw shooter. If not, call a timeout, advance it. If you don't have a timeout, get it to your best free throw shooter. But these are things you work on in practice. Hey, if we up 3, no timeouts, we're going to foul. If they make 2, you take the ball out. Expect a trap on the first one. Expect a trap, because they're going to try to trap you and get the ball, boom, boom, boom. You do all that stuff. So, it's all about preparation, man. It's about preparation. And like I said, I'm with you, JJ, when it comes to being up 3. I want to foul. I don't like seeing that ball up in the air while we watching the ball like, oh shit, this is going in. This shit is going in.
The feeling of victory was so fucking close. Now we got to go to overtime.
So close.
The timeout thing is also important, I think, in all of this, where if a team's out of timeouts, number one, if it's under 10 seconds, it should be automatic. But they're out of timeouts, let's say with 20 seconds, I think there's more wiggle room to fouling earlier. In this case, the Maxey play. Singular plays, fouling up 3, brings up a memory, LeBron, brings up a memory. 2009, we're down 2-1. We're up 12 at halftime against the Lakers in Game 4. We play our ass off, have some turnover issues, have some free throw issues. We're still up 5 with under a minute to go and the ball to tie the series. Some things happen. We miss some free throws. Kobe makes a ridiculous pass to Powell, who cuts down the lane and dunks it. 87-84. We go back to the free throw line. Anyways, it ends up they get the ball back with about 10 seconds to go in front of their bench. For some reason, I don't know why we doubled Kobe. He swung it to Trevor Ariza, who threw it across the court to Derek Fisher.
To Fish.
And he just lined up a 3.
He just lined it up.
Lined up a 3.
He just lined it up.
Do you remember, I was trying to figure out today on Basketball Reference, and I couldn't find it. Do you remember what year it was? We were playing, I think it was in Cleveland, and Stan had just sort of implemented, we're going to foul up 3. And I think it was that year. It might have been the year before. And we're playing against you guys. And you catch the ball right near half court, like not shooting range. And there's still time on the clock. And you read it right. And we fouled and you went in your shooting motion. And you got the 3 free throws.
No, I don't remember that.
I'm trying to figure out, like, did that have something? Because we didn't say, as far as I can remember, and clearly by Jameer's defensive approach, we didn't say we're going to foul. Right? Fuck, man. I'm not saying we would have won the series, by the way. I'm not saying that.
But listen, 2-2 is a hell of a lot better than 3-1. Listen, I know.
Hey, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching Mind the Game podcast. If you like it, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you.